Okay, so what is data science? So it's a combination of many things, and it allows students to choose different paths even within data science, which is what I find so fascinating. There's an extremely mathy track that you can go down and go straight down the calculus route. You can go more of a computer science route, which is why Professor Whittam and I are doing this together. And then there's also this business domain part. So the mixture of all these three different aspects really create data science. So data science deals with a bunch of data where we apply analytics and statistical techniques. We also apply many computer science techniques. And the combination between math, statistics, and computer science is what creates what we call machine learning, or you probably know it better as artificial intelligence. And the business domain part comes in when the analytical team comes up with all of their solutions or their results. It is their job to relay that information back to the stakeholders or the CEOs of the company. And it is really important that the data scientists not only know how to do their nerdy part, so to speak, but they also need to know how to present themselves and speak in layman's terms so that people who are not data scientists understand what the heck they're saying. So it's a really interesting and fascinating career path to go down. And again, you just because you want to go in data science does not necessarily mean that you have to go down a calc track or that you have to know computer science, that you have to know business. Knowing all these fields makes you a stronger candidate, but you definitely can pick a niche and be an expert in one of the areas and also excel in data science as well. So, a couple skills that typically are associated with data science would be your programming language. And the two languages that are heavily used in data science are R and Python. Python is a general language that can be used for many things. So, you'll see it everywhere in engineering, you'll see it in computer science in some cases, you'll see it out in a general coding world. It has many packages that are very useful, and it is an easy language to learn in comparison to R. R is a statistical based language, so we use that because it has many more, their packages are built better for statistics, and that's why the R was created. Um, SQL and data query, that is definitely right down the computer science lane, and that has to do with gathering data from databases. Excel and SAS are used in data science as a backup tool or as a complementary tool to the programming languages of R and Python. We use analytics, we use machine learning, we use communication and networking, and there's a ton of teamwork. So what's great about data science is it's not a one-man show most of the time. Data science is a team. There are people who are working together. You have statistics experts, you have programming experts, you have calculus experts, you have business experts. And then if you're in an industry where, let's say, we are trying to improve self-driving cars, okay, so then you have to have an industry expert also on the team. So when it comes to data science, it's so versatile because you don't need to necessarily go down a direct data science route. You can be a biology major with a data science on the side so that you can do bioinformatics. Or you can be a psychology major and data science on the side so that you can analyze the data in your field of psychology. So that's what's wonderful about the things that we're offering here at Northwestern is that you can either choose to be a data science major or you can choose to do the certificate attached to any other associate's degree in another field. So possible majors that pair really well with a data science would be math and statistics, anything in the STEM field, so sciences of physics, biology, chemistry, environmental science, medical engineering. Business analytics goes really well with data science, computer science and programming, web design, marketing, and economics. I do have psychology majors this semester who are majoring, have a data science certificate, and it has really excelled their understanding of the statistical analysis that they have to read in psychology. Okay, so when you're trying to get a job in straight data science and not paired with another major, right now you do need to have a bachelor's degree. There are no jobs out there that just say associate's degree, although that's where the trend is going. So 10 years ago, this wasn't called data science, it was called data analytics, but you had to have a doctoral degree in order to get a job. They've realized over time that you don't need a doctorate to clean data, and data cleaning is really 80% of the job. So we've noticed a trend over the last decade that the degree that they require for these jobs has come down to a bachelor's degree as of right now, which to me says, hey, an associate's degree is next. And that's why I wanted to create this before those jobs come out so that when my students graduate, they are fresh and ready and they are the ones that are going to get those jobs when they come out at an associate's level. Okay, so data science jobs out there right now, Google, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Amazon, AT&T, you name it, they are looking for data scientists. It is a one of the top jobs out there. Starting salary is typically 80 grand and anywhere from 80 to 120. And then after 10 years of an experience, I see data scientists making over 200. So it's a very great path to be taking. And again, it's not a path that you have only one direction to choose. You can choose several directions in this field. And it's actually even better sometimes when you have a background in another field, such as bio or computer science or business or psychology or so on. Okay, so these are the two that we offer here at Northwestern. The Tech Studies Data Science option, which is an associate's degree, that one is going to have a bit of heavier math involved. Although most of the degree is statistics based and not calc based, it goes up to Calc 1. If you're very mathy, then I will advise you to go beyond Calc 1. The data science certificate, it can be completed fully online if desired. It also can be completed on ground. And it's also doable in 1 year once you get to the statistics, the intro to statistics level. So once you get into stats one, the math 167, then the rest of the certificate can be completed completely in 1 year, which is really nice when you're trying to pair it with another associate's, if that's the route that we go. Um, okay, are there any questions from Jessica or any other students that may have joined?
Actually, we do have a question from one of the students who are here, and they asked, do data scientists specialize in data mining?
Data mining, definitely. That's one of the paths that you can specialize in. I mean, I can't even list off all the paths because there's way too many to list off. But we could definitely continue the conversation. I am at the end of this session. Professor Whittam and I are going to put our emails in the chat so that you can have personalized conversation with us.
Just a quick add-in to that, data mining is very important element of computer science too. So there's an overlap there that the courses between the two would cover.
That's great. Thank you. Okay,
Welcome.
so I'm going to pass it on to Professor Whittam, and she is going to take it from here.
I'm going to be speaking to the computer science side of the degree at Northwestern, and I want to welcome you all here to be able to hear what our program is going to be about. Why would you choose computer science, or what is the reason for computer science? Well, it's an exciting career. There's so many opportunities in computer science, and it's always changing. And it's fundamental and it's pervasive. Computer science is in every field. And it's fundamentally becoming a critical aspect of almost every career and field. I would challenge you to try to think of one area that you would possibly get a job in now that wouldn't require computer skills. It's challenging. Computer science is an incredibly challenging field because it does change all the time and because there are so many different avenues and interesting things to learn about. It's diverse. You could be an introvert, be very quiet, or an extrovert, per, a people person, and you could be detail oriented, or might want to look at the big vision. You could be mathematical, or you can be logically intended. You could look at logic and flows and diagrams and pictures, and you're going to find a applicable position in computer science. You'll learn all about that in the program. You can take your particular interests and skills and optimize them in a field in computer science. And lastly, it takes creativity. Uh, Computer scientists are creative people. And creativity, to me, is one of the most exciting things that makes your career worth going to. Why computer science? Because it's relevant. We're here in this chat today because of advancements in computer science and information technology. As little as 10 or 15 years ago, we would not have enough capacity in the network to be able to support this move to online. We wouldn't be able to be speaking with you virtually. And storage capacity and processing speeds, all happening to make them faster but less expensive, were key enablers to making sure that all of us can be together tonight. And those who are adept at using technology are succeeding right now. And people who can set it up are in high demand. I'm very confident that after the end, when this is over, we're going to have identified gaps that are going to be even more job opportunities for people to fill those gaps because we're going to see even more need for computer science. What are some of the topics we cover in the program? Database design. We spoke about data in a data analytic perspective, but data also has to be structured and stored. And computer scientists design the databases that the information is stored in. And they mine it and they model it. And there's a lot of elements to the actual physical database design that falls into the arena of computer science. Programming. When you have an idea, you need to be able to make that idea into a usable product. Programmers have the skills to do that. So they turn somebody's wonderful idea into a reality, a usable product. System analysis and design shows you how to design a program or application. So you don't just start programming from your idea. First, you analyze and design it. And there's wonderful techniques that you learn about to be able to do that effectively. Think about it as you wouldn't drive anywhere without a map. You need to have a map, or you can think about it as your GPS to your programming. You need to have some instructions. Web design and development is very obvious to us. There's a web presence for almost every company out there. If you're going to have a company or be a company, you need a web presence because, especially now, everyone is shopping via the internet. So if you didn't have a web presence, you wouldn't be able to have customers. And web design and development is a great way to break in to the field of computer science and to be able to make money right out of school. Management information systems allows you to be able to take all the information and the data and decide whether it's working for your company. So that's another exciting area that computer scientists can veer into. Networking, that's obvious. That shows us how we can have an ability to be able to share information, not just on our computer or our data center, but that's what's linking us all together now. So networking is very, very important. Cybersecurity. Well, we know that data is our number one asset. And as individuals, we have private information now in areas like Facebook, social media, and there's personally identifiable data. So cybersecurity is an important area for everyone to be aware of so they can protect their own personal data. But in the computer science field, we need to delve into that even more deeply so we can protect others' data and we can make sure that what we design is being respectful. Artificial intelligence and machine learning is becoming more and more prevalent. It's no longer just something in laboratories. As Crystal had mentioned, we have the driverless cars now. Self-automated vehicles make heavy use of artificial intelligence. And now finally, ethics. Why is ethics important in computer science? Well, because building automation gives companies incredible amount of power. And with that power comes the responsibility to do it wisely and to be responsible. AI and machine learning actually use programming examples to train computers to do certain behaviors. In the case of automated vehicles, that can be a life or death decision. And the ethical inputs to training these machines is incredibly important. So ethics is one of the topics that we emphasize in the program for those very reasons. So as technologists, we professionals need to maintain the rights of people and we need to maximize the benefits of the technology. It's not always an easy balance, but it's a very exciting one to find and to work on. Let's look at our degrees and certifications in the field of computer science. Here we offer a two associate's degrees, which are going to be determined when you actually sign in. You'll be assigned to one of the tracks, and then at that point, I'll work with you to decide what's best for you based on your needs, and you can email me. But what I want to make sure you realize in our programs here is we don't just teach you the tools, because the tools change all the time. You're going to learn the whys and the foundations that you can apply to any technology challenge moving forward. And that is going to equip you for a wonderful career in computer science. You have industry spanning opportunities. You can have your own business. You can consult. You can get promotions within your existing job or career. You can retool to be able to go to a new career and get the actual computer science skills. And you can advance beyond. You can go to a bachelor's, master's, and doctorate level. And depending on the actual career path in computer science that you're looking for, you may have to go to one of those levels, and we'll discuss those as you're in the program and what your actual career aspirations are. So you can go from a help desk technician, which is an exciting job in and of itself, and you learn, to potentially a Silicon Valley billionaire or multi-billionaire. The sky's the limit in computer science fields. So, in a nutshell, why would you go into CS? Because it's fun, ever changing, and it'll make you very marketable. So, any
Yay.
questions?
So we have a comment from a participant who said that e-commerce was already a demanding area. Now it has exploded. Um, so a question for you, Professor Whittam, is can we take computer science online classes at any time, or are they specific times? So essentially that's referencing asynchronous versus synchronous teaching.
Well, the program is designed that it's going to have both options, but there's the definitely the possibility to be able to do a completely asynchronous degree, and that you would be able to take most of, if not all of your courses asynchronously if they are offered online. And right now, the courses are predominantly offered online, and there'll be a mix of hybrid, online, and on ground.
And I can say the same about data science. All my data science courses that are online, which they're all online, and you have a choice of doing it in hybrid, it's a choice. But everything's done weekly, so you are not required to be online at a specific time. Everything's released on Sunday and due the following Sunday. So it is a more of accommodating format for someone who may be working or taking a bunch of courses. So there's another question in here. It is directed towards data science. The question reads, what kind of careers could someone go into that had studied data science? And that is a really good question. And my answer would be almost everything. So when you think about data, it's everywhere. It is literally the new oil. So oil was seen as like the way to make money. Now it's data. So any company has data, they need a data scientist. Any industry you can think of, any major you can think of will all come with data. Everything from political science, psychology, the medical field, the bio field, chemistry, physics, literally anything has data, and therefore data scientists have jobs anywhere. So if you have a special interest and you're like, you know what, I'm really liking statistics, I'm really liking this data thing, but I'm really fascinated by political science and the elections and voting and everything that's happening in politics right now. That's a wonderful career to go into. There are data scientists that work with political data all the time. Um, okay, so another question is tutoring available? So tutoring is definitely available. We have Academic Success Center that has peer tutors and professional tutors, all free to students. And when it comes to math and English, we have a lot more tutors in math and English. But when it comes to higher than math and English, typically we find that it's the faculty that will do the tutoring slash office hours. For data science and for computer science, I'd have to say those are higher level courses. So Professor Whittam and myself, Professor Wiggins, would primarily be the tutors slash faculty members that would be helping our students and aiding them through the degree. The next question reads, are there bachelor's degrees in data science at four-year colleges? Also a really good question. So yes, there are bachelor's, master's, and doctorate degrees at the universities at this time. Bachelor's new, they are just as new as my program. They're all within the last year because again, this has just come down to the bachelor's level. So it's fresh meat out there, which is great, is why I'm so excited to offer this to students because it's such a fresh career that the jobs are coming out all over the place. So Southern has a degree in data science at the bachelor's level. So does the University of Hartford, the University of St. Joseph. Actually, the University of St. Joseph has a combo data science, computer science bachelor's degree. That's actually way less mathy than any of the other data science degrees. So if math, like calculus math is not your thing, then you would want to look into the University of St. Joseph, especially if you're doing a combo degree between data science and computer science. Do CST program participants ever take courses pertaining to data science?
That's
Um,
actually a great question because, yes, there are directive electives in a CST program you could fill with courses related to data science or vice versa. So if you're looking more to be the designer of the infrastructure of the systems in computer science versus the analytical side of it, then you might tend to lean towards the computer science with the analytics as the side. If you're more, I want to just do analytics, then you may be more likely to want to lean towards, and not just do, but specialize in the analytical side of the data, then you might want to look at the data science side. So there's definitely an overlap between the programs, and you can map in some of the courses.
these are great questions.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. So it looks like we don't have any other questions in the chat. So I am going to type my name with my email address. So if you would like to write that down or take it with you, then you can reach out to me if you come up with any other questions or would like to be advised, or just want to reach out and say, hey, I'd like to have a personal chat with you, then we could set that up as well. And Professor Whittam will do the same.
Yes, I will.
Um,
And please, if you have any questions about the program, just even email us, and we'll be happy to be able to explain and help you decide what makes sense. And once you're in, you can also look to variations of minoring or overlaps. And the sky's the limit to make sure that you're doing what you want to do, and you're going to get out of here with the skills that you need to pursue your goals. That's what we want for you.
Thank you for joining us. We're very excited that you were here, and we look forward to hearing from you